YouTube so conveniently took the video off just like it normally does my videos when I'm saying something that has a lot of meaning and a lot of relevance to what's going on in this world in the spiritual realm, because the spiritual realm is where our enemies get all of their power. Now, like I told you before in the last video that was cut off, when you see an ambulance truck, that means something spiritual, right? Uh, you live in a world where the fallen one has been catapulted down from heaven into our realm. And so everything that is going on in this world, it has his imprint, right? Uh, there are people that deal with demonic spirits that cause their temples to get sick. So what you would say is an ambulance truck is going to go there to help this person out that is in distress physically. But a lot of people that don't know God now have uh, sicknesses coming onto their bodies. So you don't know what the root of the sickness is. You don't know if the sickness is caused by something that they've done or that some spiritual attack is coming against them. So when you see an ambulance truck, they're going to a certain location, right? To supposedly help someone that's in distress, but not all the time is it natural. And I'm trying to tell you this as someone that identifies as being a targeted individual, because we deal with things that the way we see the world in reality is not the way other people see this world, because we have been sort of attuned to what happens in the realm within the realm. A lot of targeted individuals don't even understand that this is a spiritual program, that the torment that they've gone through, how people change, how it seems like people turn against them out of nowhere, how it seems like their life is just cursed, right? You're dealing with some sort of demonic attack that's coming against you because of something that you have inside of you that is worth value, that would go against that kingdom. Kabar 777, hi, how you doing? Shalom. So these ambulance trucks, when you see them, the title of this video says that you bind the demonic spirit immediately of death and destruction. Bind the demonic spirit of death and destruction. How you do that? If you believe in the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in the name of the Son Yahushua and Mashiach, which a lot of you call Jesus Christ. Whenever you see one of those red trucks and woo, uh, this is what you do. You say, "I bind every demonic spirit of death and destruction, witchcraft, murder, sorcery, destruction, and chaos. In the name of your son, Yahushua HaMashiach, Father, I cast these evil spirits down to the abyss. And I thank you, Father, for answering my prayer." Now, why would you do this? The Bible says that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against wickedness and principalities in high places. As a target individual, I understand when the spirit comes into people and how they've come against me and how they're praying against me or speaking evil sentences against me, doing wickedness and speak in secret against me. My spirit understands when people are doing this at this point. I have the spirit of discernment that knows when there is an enemy that is around me that is not right in their spirit, if they're speaking things against me or those that I love in the spiritual realm to try to seek evil on me. It's just something that a target individual that understands he's a target individual, that understands who Christ is and what the word says. It's a power that we get. So I have this power that will allow me to know who's around me. So whenever I see certain things, situations, people that are not acting right, if I see street theater, as target individuals are very accustomed to, people start fighting and yelling out of nowhere. There's no rhyme or reason for it. No reason why people are getting upset when you come around. That means the spirit is there and it's focused on you. A spirit is focused on you. Because if a lot of these times people get riled up and they get upset and disturbed, and you just come around, you recognize when you listen to the conversation. When you listen, we all know when somebody's playing with us, when somebody's just playing around and they're just doing something just to do it, when it has no authenticity to it. We know that, right? Being target individuals. So when you sense this, then you know immediately that it's not authentic. It's not real. It's not. It comes from no original source of anger or no reason why it's happening. So you bind the demonic spirit immediately, because that's Satan's way of saying he is alerted to you and that he has now put his spirit in people to try to manipulate your reality, to try to hurt you, to try to harm you, some way, shape, or form. A lot of target individuals go through fight or flight, where you're always in fight or flight. It seems like there's something always going on around you. in your circumference, in your environment. Something that's always trying to get you off of your pedestal, trying to not pedestal, but always trying to get you kind of stirred up, right? And you don't. It's never like everything is just cool. Everything is just natural. Satan, when he has his eyes on you, he wants to make you as scared. He wants to make you as be as fearful as possible, knowing that fear is not the spirit that comes from the Most High God. So you have to watch your surroundings, watch the people that are around you, watch what spirit they're coming in. The Bible says to test the spirits. Know that what's around you, the spirits that are in people. How do you know it? Because you have to be listening. You have to be thinking about what's going on around you. You can't just be walking out in the world like you brand new, like you just you're too comfortable, where you just think everything is everything and this is normal. Not everything is normal. So going back to the sirens, like I told you in the last video, ambulance truck sirens, they represent some sort of danger is going on. Somebody's in danger, some sort of torment, some sort of uh, unrest is going on. So they're going to this location to act like what you think to help the person that is not doing well, right? But the spiritual connotation to all this, it has an origin. Sirens are demonic spirits. Sirens are actually those women that had, and it talks about in the lost books, the books of Adam and Eve. It talks about what happened to the women that had children with the fallen angels. When the fallen angels made it with the women of Canaan, the Canaanite women, these women that were so beautiful in their visage, the fallen angels were taken by their beauty. And so they had children, which were the Nephilim or the giants. Now, when the giants died because of the judgment of the Most High Yah, the giants died, the fallen angels got put under the ground, put in the mountains, they got buried. They're put underground for a certain period of time. The spirits that were in these Nephilims, the giants, when they died, they now roam the earth. They have no rest, but they roam the earth and they possess men. They possess men and women and children. And so that's the reason why the world is so chaotic now, because these demonic spirits are now being allowed, the people are allowing these spirits to come in their temples without any pushback, opening all kind of doors through worshiping different gods, through doing sex rituals, by doing other new age principles and practices. They're allowing demonic spirits, these Nephilim spirits, to enter into their temple. Right now, back to the video, the title of the video. The ambulance trucks are the sound, the siren that you hear, siren. These are the women that had sexual relations with the fallen angels. And when these women died, they became, actually, it talks about in the book of Adam and Eve, they became demonic spirits, sirens, right? And the siren makes the sound of someone being in torment, someone being in pain. Isn't that amazing how these trucks, these ambulance trucks, go to somebody's house or wherever they're at when they're in pain or when they're in torment, and they're coming to help proposedly help them? They're not going to help. The esoteric spiritual meaning for a siren is a spirit being tormented and the sound that it makes when it's in pain. How does Judah J know this? Like I told you before, being a target individual, knowing the things that are going, like Neo in the Matrix. Things in this world are not right. I don't see this world as being authentic. There's things that are being pulled over, or truths being pulled over people's heads that I can see, but it doesn't seem like anybody else sees it. Knowing this, having a relationship with the Most High Yah, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then also being in sin, and actually using certain things, so to speak, things, maybe substances, maybe if you're drinking, or if you're doing it too much, or if you're using substances in order to escape from the pain that you're feeling mentally. I'm not giving no saying it's right. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do none of that. But some people go through these things, and I went through that. That opens yourself up, your temple, to be a portal. When you alter and change the temple that God created in perfection, and you put in things that come from Satan's kingdom to alter yourself because you're trying to escape some pain, there's no excuse. But when you do that, you open yourself up to the spiritual realm. Now you might see things, hear things from a realm within a realm that we don't see. What I'm telling you is that happened to me in the past. And I was able to hear a demonic spirit that was wailing in pain. It sounded like a woman wailing in pain. Woo! Now, in myself, I'm like, where have I heard that sound before? I know I've heard that sound before. And then I start to think about the ambulance trucks. We see these ambulance trucks going here to and fro all the time. We have to get out of the way because they're going to what we think is to help somebody, right? These sounds, and then now here I am going through my experience in the spiritual realm, of course, because I had opened myself up as a sort of a portal to demonic spirits when I put substances in my temple to escape my tormenting through targeting, being targeted, and just whatever else. I'm not going to make no excuses about it. It was wrong, but you hear things and you're looking around, you see nothing, but you hear this auditory thing in your ear that sounds just like a siren on an ambulance. And you're wondering, where is this coming from? So then I hear the woo, woo, and imagine me. I'm looking around, seeing nothing. There is no truck. And I'm looking around for a long time. There is no truck. And it's getting louder and louder. So then I asked the Lord to tell me what this was. And then I actually heard another voice looking around, seeing no one, telling that voice that's screaming out so seemingly in pain, oh, just shut up. Just shut up. Stop doing that. Just shut up. So there was no remorse, no care. There was no acknowledgement of this person or this entity's pain that I was hearing. That was sounding like a siren on an ambulance truck. Looking around, seeing nothing. No ambulance truck. No people. See, I was catapulted in a realm within a realm because I opened myself up to be a portal by putting substances in my temple. That's why we're not supposed to put substances in our temple. We're not supposed to alter our temple whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. If you drink up some wine and you're not, I'm talking about anything in excess. And if you put substances, you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people in this current generation, and even in the last generations, but more so now, they have substances that will completely allow them to be open in the spiritual realm, because these substances that we had back in the day are not the same things that they have now. People are getting things that are medicinal that is not medicinal. There's no medical purposes behind it at all. It is purposely created in a lab by these demonic satanic biochemists that create these things that you think is just natural from the earth. It ain't natural. You are getting very high, but you are getting, and I'm not saying even the other stuff was wrong. Even when they weren't putting the stuff they're putting in these substances, even then it was wrong. But I'm just saying now, the things that the kids are dealing with now, and, yeah, and people that decide to go and put that stuff in their body, it's different. It's made to put you within a realm within a realm. It's made to open you up to another kingdom, to another spiritual realm. I'm trying to tell you. And so when you put it in your body, you might be catapulted in a realm within a realm, hearing things, seeing things from another spirit, in spirits from another realm that's not of your own. This is what happened to me years ago. I was able to hear the spirits. I was able to see spirits. I was able to see all these things. That's why I know it's so true. That's why I know my God is real. Because if not for my God, I would have perished. Because that's the reason. Think about this. Martin Lawrence years ago, there was a video where he was running down naked down Hollywood Boulevard, and he was screaming, saying they're trying to kill him. Why was he doing that? Why was he doing that? Somebody of his stature of this world, right? So popular, knowing that if he does that, it can destroy his whole career. People would get that on television. It would be put in the newspapers. At that time, it wasn't social media, but it'd be all over the television. Why would he do that? Hit television show, all kind of opportunities. He didn't care at all. He was so scared, so terrified. Why? Because there's two ways that you can be catapulted into the demonic realm. You can either make an oath to Satan's kingdom and say you want to serve him for the wealth and the riches of this world. Just like when Satan took Christ up to the mountain and said, I'll give you everything you see if you just bow down to me. These people bowed down to him by their words that come from their mouth, the same words, and the same man was made in God's image. And the Most High God gave us the power to change the things in our realm by what we say. We have and if you believe through faith. So when there's two ways. Martin Lawrence and all of these Hollywood actors that have these covenants with Satan, they said they wanted the wealth and the riches and the power that comes from Satan. They had an actual encounter with Satan in the spiritual realm. Now, they might have been manipulated by having just a person that looked like a human individual that led them to make a covenant with Satan's kingdom, saying, "Oh, yeah, sign this or do this, and we'll give you this amount of money or give you this opportunity." And they said, "Okay, they'll do it." They signed their name or they verbally spoke and said, "Yes, I will." They said they will agree. Now they get the things they want. Now they're a part of Satan's kingdom. Now they have obligations to that kingdom. Now they're basically an open door for demonic spirits to come in and out of them and use them any way they want. And trust me, they know what time it is. Martin Lawrence knew what time it was. That's the first way you can be catapulted into demonic spirit kingdom. Or you can use substances, and you can open yourselves up biochemically, physically, in your temple by putting substances in your temple. It'll open your mind up, like they say, open your third eye. Like it says, I want to elevate myself to have more knowledge and understanding of things. No, you're open yourselves up to be an open door for demonic evil spirits to come in. Now you are now catapulted in a realm within a realm where you can be used by those spirits at any time they want. So now you might see a person and think about this. Think about this word, dumbs. DUMBS. People that go and create these mass things, people that do this evil all around the world, and all of a sudden you're like, why would they do that? How would they do that? And all of a sudden, when they get caught, they don't even get no date in court. There's no trial. They just off them. They get rid of them because they have allowed themselves to be taken over by spirits that will now they get put in the sunken place. Everything is connected. Like the movie Get Out by Jordan Peele. He's sitting at the table. The woman has the cup. She's putting the spoon in the cup. And then she says, sink. He goes down, and now he's floating down. It's like he's getting away from his body. He sees the woman like a TV screen as he's falling, and he's yelling, but no one can hear him. So that's his that's who he is. That's his original soul. That's who he is. But now the body, he can't control the body. He has no control over his actions. He has no control over what decisions are made from that in that temple, and he's yelling out and screaming. And now the camera shows the guy sitting in the chair with that witch that was sitting in the front of him doing the witchcraft, and he's just like this. Remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? He's sitting there and he's like, and he's crying, but he can't move. He can't talk because he's in a realm within a realm, and that demonic spirit is now controlling his body because he made a covenant with that demonic spirit by that witch, putting that entity in him, putting him in that state. That's what happens all over the world. That's why Martin Lawrence went through what he went through. He made a covenant with the witch or with the satanic kingdom to get the wealth and riches that he wanted. And when it was time to pay up, and he started to now the demonic spirits are telling him to possibly do things that he don't want to do. Now all around him, he's probably seeing things that no man, woman, or child should see. Scary, demonic, evil entities. He's probably hearing things because those spirits want him to know that he is now theirs. He belongs to them. And if he does not do what they want him to do, which is something they probably asked him to do, because you can hear these spirits like you hear another person in the world. Just like you hear me right now, people that make covenants with Satan can hear him in their ear without seeing anything around them that is reminiscent of another person. No one's talking. No one around them is talking. They're hearing an actual spirit. People say, oh, these people are crazy. No, not crazy. They are aware. People that you think are crazy a lot of the time are no. They're aware of what's really going on to a point, to an extent that a lot of you cannot fathom. A lot of you cannot fathom the extent that these people you call crazy, you can't acknowledge or imagine what they're really going through, what they're actually witnessing, what they're seeing, what they're hearing, because of either mistakes they've made by making covenants with Satan's kingdom, by opening themselves up, their temples, by being opening themselves up by using substances, right, as a portal to allow these demonic spirits to come in. That's what's happening all over the world right now. That's the thing that people that only try to talk about the plight of black men and black women, or just the plight of anybody. They say, look what they're doing. So listen, the philosophy of the world is this. Look what they're doing. Look how they're oppressing us. Okay, they are oppressing you. But see, there's never a why. There's never a why. The why is not just because they want you to be held down because they want to elevate and get what they want. No, they have made a the people oppressing you are not operating in a spirit that is of God. They're operating in a spirit that has told them to do these evil, heinous things against you and I in order for them not only to get wealth and riches and fame and status, but to live. When you make a decision to serve Satan, you are serving someone that at any moment can destroy you and show you what time it is. He see a lot of people that serve Satan, they he doesn't show them the true essence of him when they are first meeting. When you first meet Satan, you don't see all of the horrible, evil, wicked, scary things of Satan or these fallen angels that serve him. You see the good thing. They come to you as a woman that looks like you like a woman to look. They yes, they can be in a they can have the image of a woman that looks beautiful or a man that you think is appealing. They can come to you in any way, shape, or form. It says in the Bible that Satan comes as light. So these people that make these wrong decisions to serve Satan, they see Satan in ways which are blessed, look good, which are light, which are beautiful. They don't hear the type of speech that would make them scared or make them feel like they're making the worst decision they ever made in their life. But once they make that decision and decide to sign that contract, however they decide to do it, either by signing on the dotted line or saying it, this is how it normally happens. This is how it normally happens. Saying, make an agreement with their mouth. When you make an, all these spirits want you to do is make an agreement with them. When you make an agreement, you're theirs. You said it with your mouth. The same word, the same mouth, the same ability through the speech that the Most High God created the world with. He gave us the power through our speech to change our whole reality, our whole existence through faith, believing it's going to happen, speaking the word into existence like God, because we are made in the image of God. So now, when you do that for the other side and you give him the rights over your life, now what happens? You are subject to the desires and the whims and the wishes of that entity. That entity can use you now and infiltrate you at any time they want. So Martin Lawrence made a covenant with Satan. I'm making an example of Martin Lawrence and those that are in Hollywood and those that they have these connections with Satan's kingdom, but they didn't know that it would go that far. They didn't know that by making saying these, oh, we'll take the riches, oh, we'll serve you. Oh, they said they will become. They said they'll become conduits. So then, when they become a conduit, they get the riches. They sign on the dotted line. Somebody calls them and says they got a new series, hit series. They're going to be the lead in a new show, a new movie. They're going to get this much money. They're going to be put in their account. But then, after a while, at a time they don't know, there's going to be some either a person, which is a fallen angel that is in the form of a man or a woman or a child, who knows, or it's going to be either a spiritual entity that's going to come to them and they're immediately going to know what time it is. And if they do not follow the desires and the wishes of that entity that comes to them and tells them to, hey, speak this evil on this person, do this evil thing to this person, sacrifice this person, do this ritual, do this ritual. If they don't do it, guess what? Now they're going to see Satan for who he really is, the scary, the evil, the fear, all of it. He's going to show them things in the spiritual realm. They did not. He's going to turn the whole world against them to where now everybody's mad and angry at them and speaking evil against them. Even those that were their friends before. Satan can do that because his spirit jumps in people like the Matrix movies. If they don't have a connection with the Most High Yah, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in the name of the Son, Yahushua Mashiach, which a lot of you call Jesus Christ. If you don't know Christ, you are susceptible to having being put in a realm within a realm, having one-on-one contact with the demonic realm, and not having no help to help you. So that's why a lot of these Hollywood actors, they lose their minds. It seems like they don't look the same no more. It seems like they go crazy. It's because they're getting having encounters with the demonic realm. I'm telling you, first off, right now, that's what makes them afraid. That's what makes them scared. When after all those years of experience and all those pleasantries, all those riches, all those trips to all those islands, getting all the substances they wanted and all the sex they want, when they now realize it's time to pay up, how do they pay up? Do they just pay up by them saying, "Oh, we're gonna smear you with some sort of lawsuit saying that you did this thing to this woman, or this, or you stole this, or you were doing this substance, or you were having?" No, they actually are catapulted into the spiritual realm to where the ones they actually serve are now saying, "Okay, really, this is who we really are. If you don't serve, then we're going to destroy you. We're going to take you out. You're going to go and be where we are. We're going to," and they might say the most, these demonic spirits might say the most evil, horrible, horrific, scary things to these people that have made these covenants with Satan that we cannot even fathom. We That's what they deal with, right? That's why they lose their minds and have to use substances to like suppress what they have done because they say now, "Oh, we actually put our this is this is where we're at. This is what we've done with our lives. We are now under the control of these evil." What in the world? Th- they know at that point. These people know they can't give back what they took because all those years of experiencing all that those jet joy from all the evil they've done, and go anywhere you want, buy anything you want, have any feeling you want, do anything, all this evil, all the sacrifices they made, hurt people, probably took people off the earth, set people up, probably did all kind of things to people. They can't undo that. So now they've made that covenant, right? That's what's happening all over the world. That's what's happening. That's the thing no one talks about. It's the spiritual realm, the covenants that people make with the spiritual realm. And someone that has gone through experience, never made no covenants as far as speaking and saying to the enemy that I want. No, I told you in my other video, you got to go back and look at my videos. I was proposed with that opportunity in the spiritual realm, and I denied it. And I said, "You know what, Father, in the name of your son, Yahushua Mashiach," I said, this is what time it is. I'm hearing things I'm not supposed to hear. I don't see nobody. They're trying to make me to make covenants with Satan's kingdom through my words, and say just to make the fear stop. It's like it was so much fear when I was catapulted to that realm. Just to make it stop, it's like they wanted me to make an utterance with my lips to make an agreement with his kingdom. I said no. And then they actually said, "Oh, he denied the oath. He denied the oath." They tried to torment me. So through faith, I had to trust in the Most High God. Then it went away. But I was in that realm for hours and hours, and no one helped me. And I was there, and I heard things, and I seen things that no man should see, no woman should see. I'm that guy. It's real. And if it's not for the Most High Yah, I would not be here. The Most High Yah, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The name of his son, Yahushua Mashiach, our Christ, our Savior. Save me, my Lord, my strength. I come from another place of knowing. I come from not just reading. I know. Now you could come from reading and not experience what I've experienced, and then the faith, that's good too. But I had to go through it because I am very stubborn. I'm a very stubborn person. And that's how Most High God said that his people will be recognized. You're stubborn people. But I had to. And I'm not even gonna say I wish I didn't have to go through it, but I had to. And so I'm not saying I don't have problems in my life, but I'm saying, listen, when I speak about these things, you need to know this is coming from no place of trying to get people to follow me or not. This is coming from a place of experience. The Most High Yah is real, Christ is real, Satan's real. Christ is the savior of this world. And his kingdom is going to come on this world. He has already judged the fallen one. The fallen one does all kind of stuff to us that you know nothing of. A lot of you guys don't even believe that he even exists. He does stuff, and like I told you, let's just end the video now because I'm getting kind of hot. I'm getting kind of excited. When you see an ambulance truck, this is the first video I'll make on this, and I'm gonna make other videos. I promise you, I'll make these other videos to show you how my experience will decode the things you see and witness in this world. Ambulance trucks. Whenever you hear them, it's a siren. They say siren. That the purpose behind that is a demonic spirit that's in pain, that's in torment. The demonic spirits are the women that had sex or sexual relations with the fallen angels. When they that went against heaven, that went against the Most High Yah, they became when they died these sirens. Right? They're in pain, in torment, suffering. That's the sound they made. That's the sound I heard when I was catapulted in the spiritual realm. It was like completely 100% accurate, the same. And so then I thought about these sirens. Now, if the ambulance trucks didn't call themselves sirens, I wouldn't have made the correlation. I would not have made a connection. But no, they're sirens, and we know that this is Satan's temporarily. He runs this world, and so sirens. When you hear that siren, that puts a fight or flight mode in people, even unaware to them. They don't know that they're elevating in their biological makeup in their temple. Their heart rate is elevating. Their pulse. When you hear this truck, you gotta get out the way. So it's like something that was purposely trying to alter your tempo. Some people get it. It's a frequency. So that frequency comes from the torment of a demonic spirit that actually mated a woman on earth, the Canaanite woman that had sexual relations with the fallen angels. The fallen angels and that Canaanite woman, they had children, which were the Nephilim. When the Nephilim died, they became demonic spirits that roamed the earth. They didn't go to heaven. They didn't go to Abraham's bosom or to hell. They roam on the earth. They get inside of people that have no connection with Christ, that do not know the Most High Yah. They torment people. They possess people. They do evil to people. Now those sounds from that siren is from the women that had these relationships with these fallen angels. They had kids. I mean, they died, and they're being tormented. And then I spoke to that. Actually, I asked the Most High God to tell me what that was. And then I heard a voice say, "Oh, shut up." It was talking to the siren, saying, "Oh, shut up. Just go through it." And it was this entity that was in pain, great distress. So, you know me, I could never have a video where it's just, I don't edit my videos. I wish I did, but I just don't. I don't have time. I got to work. And thank all those people that helped me, that I asked for help for to be able to get gas in my car for the jobs that I do. That I drive my car, delivery services. Right, it's my second job. Thank you for everyone that did that. All praise to the Most High Yah for you, and those that did not, could not, bless you anyway. I pray you get fed by the messages that come from my channel. Blessings to you. Uh, so, whenever you see these ambulance trucks, know there's an esoteric meaning behind them. That the sirens is not called sirens for no reason. The ones that are in this world, the leaders of this world that have these covenants with Satan, that made these oaths with Satan, they put everything on this earth for us to see and us to hear on purpose, and it's an agenda. I'm sorry, I'm not a foil hat. I'm not somebody that's always trying to say everything is wrong, but most things are wrong. So whenever you see these siren trucks, these ambulances, and you hear them, this is what you do. I bind every demonic spirit of witchcraft, sorcery, murder, and death that's in destruction and chaos that's ever been assigned to me or my family or those that I love. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name, I pray and I cast these evil spirits far away from us down to the abyss. Go! It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long to do it. But what you've done is you've covered yourself with the Most High Yah. Whatever intention or purpose for that frequency that comes from that siren, that is basically in the esoteric in the esoteric meaning, true meaning, it's a demonic spirit that's in pain because of the evil that it did on this earth. The judgment that came from the Most High Yah that befelled these women, these demonic women that had sex with these fallen angels, and their spirits now roam, that are now being tormented, and now that's the sound that they made. Listen, you can believe me or not. You gotta believe somebody, especially somebody that's trying to really, that has gone through it, that has that knows about the spiritual realm. I don't know everything and don't want to know everything. Only telling you the things that I know, right? So pray, bind spirits whenever you see a ambulance truck from now on. Those that do it, you're probably saving yourself and and saving yourself from some stuff you have no idea about. A lot of the time, people are saved by doing things in a moment. Maybe they weren't even thinking about it, but they do the right thing in a certain moment, and it probably saved their life or the life of somebody else. I'm telling you that this is that same situation. This is something that I've given you eyes to see. I'm giving you the insight. When you see an ambulance truck from now on, and you hear that sound, that ambulance truck signifies going to danger, something that's torment, something that they're going to help someone. No, no, no. Torment. Someone's in torment. This truck is going to help this thing or this person that's in torment. No, the esoteric thing, the people that created this world, that not created this world, but created this system we live in, they serve Satan, fallen angels, demonic entities. Why do you think they call the ambulance truck the sound a siren? Why do you think they did that? Use your brain. And I'm telling you the reason why they did it. So go back and look at the video. Look at this video. I'm not going to go any further into it. Look at the video. Find demonic spirits whenever you see these trucks. Cast these evil spirits down to the abyss in Yahushua Mashiach's name, and then thank him because he has protected you from stuff you know nothing of. One day you're going to get it. One day you're going to understand the stuff that I say on this channel has a lot of benefit for your spiritual life and also for your temple, for your physical life. Anyways, blessings to you. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can go to Judah J Talks or go to Cash App, $ Judah J Talks 144. That is $ Judah J Talks 144. That always helps me with my second job to have gas and have resources that I need to get to my second job because my first job has some stuff where a lot of jobs are not available anymore. People are not taking time off. And that's when I get the jobs. When teachers take time off as a sub, I get more jobs. But now, because of the economy that we're in now, people ain't taking no time off. People need all the work they can get, which makes all the sense in the world. But that's why I have second two jobs, sometimes three jobs, and the other two supplementary jobs are driving jobs. And so, if you guys would like to donate to the channel to help out in that cause, it actually gives me more time to make videos. But other than that, I got to work. So, anyways, blessings to you. Please like, share, subscribe. Please push the thumbs up because it makes the YouTube algorithm send people to the channel. But until next time, I love you.